Hi, I'm Irina Baker, spiritual self-awareness mentor, and I'm here with this beautiful lady. Her name is Jodine Theron, and her story is interesting. We won't go very much into details. I just can tell you one thing. She was born in South Africa. Then she lived in Australia, and she's Australian citizen. And now she's in Namibia in Africa, and we are connecting right now here and broadcasting it in the United States and everywhere else. So how small the world is. Hi, Jodine.
Hi, Irina. Thanks so much for having me on your show. It's lovely to talk to you and your audience today.
Sure. Thank you. Thank you for being here. I will ask a few questions, no right or wrong answers. This is just your personal perspective because we want to see how people react and what people think, what maybe they will compare, maybe that it will provoke some thoughts. So that's why we're doing it. Okay, the first question, who are you really, Jodine?
Who am I really? I think that is a lifelong journey that you go on. But for me, I think ultimately, even from a young age, it has always been about self-reflecting on the inside and really knowing, well, who am I really? And from a young age, I've always asked myself, um, if I like that color, why is it that I like that color? If I like this food or those people or the choices that I make, why is that? And that really gives me an answer and a clear understanding of who I am and why. And then also I look at how other people respond to me and how other people treat me. And that's more the external way for me to understand, well, who am I in the external, in my environment? How do I fit in there? And sometimes, you are a different person in different places, but you should always know what your true identity is. And ultimately, for me, it is about my higher self, my spiritual connection. And that's my connection in Christ.
Mm-hmm. And interestingly enough, you answered the question that I was planning to ask later, and that's about the outside world. So we'll get there a little bit. Maybe I will ask you again, and maybe you can elaborate. But what is the purpose of your life and the purpose of your business? So, I mean, not your business, but the purpose of you in business. Is it the same thing for you, life and business together, or these are two separate things? I know many questions all in one bundle.
I
So
think
just
that this is
basically purpose.
yes, I think this is a very big question that a lot of people struggle with and trying to find out because, but ultimately, I believe that um, some people have a stronger drive for a purpose and they know exactly what that is and they can incorporate that very well into a business while other people cannot. And I have struggled with this often for my whole life because I'm a very passionate person. And for me, I've always felt like I need to find more purpose in my business or in my job. And so I've never been able to find that until now. This is why I live in an African village because I'm so driven to make my business my purpose as well. And so I feel very blessed to be able to do that. And so for me, it is very integrated at this time in my life. But I do feel that somehow I think for us to be happier in life, we need to find some sort of purpose or how we can express what we feel our purpose in life is in our business, in our relationships, and really everywhere we go.
So do you think, to confirm the first two questions, do you think you know for sure who you are and you know your purpose in life?
Yes, I know who I am. I am a child of God and I'm a Christian. That's first and foremost who I am. It forms the very identity of who I am and how I connect with the world outside. And so my purpose is driven by those core beliefs and those values. And those values and beliefs for me is to love my neighbor. So for me, my purpose is simple. It's to find people that I can love. And for me at the moment in this village is the people here that really need help from society. And so that is my purpose, to love others.
So you are living your purpose right now, and how does it feel?
It feels great. Sometimes I feel like I've been waiting for this my whole life,
Mhm,
and I almost feel like sometimes I just feel like crying.
mhm. So there is that feeling of satisfaction inside, right?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, I think we all know really those things that we can talk about for hours and hours on end, that just gives us so much passion and satisfaction, even though you're not getting anything out of it like money or what the world says success should be. But
Mhm.
you know, when you talk about those things and whatever that might be, that you just feel so filled up with joy and energy, and you can just do that one thing like every day, all day long. I think that is what your purpose is. And it can take different forms, whether it's a hobby, whether it's relationships, connecting with other people, or if you are really blessed, you can make that your business as well.
Mhm, mhm. Right. Where does your self-knowledge come from? You said you looked at the colors, let's say, and ask yourself, why do I like this color? Yeah, I looked at that reaction of people or whatever. Whatever you said, you've been looking at it and pondering and questioning. So where do you think, did you come to any conclusion where your self-knowledge comes from?
I think my self knowledge comes firstly from a desire to know the truth for myself, so that whatever my beliefs are based upon is the truth that I've seeked out for myself, and that I have to make sure that whatever I say, that is, I believe in it because I found that answer for myself. It's not because someone else told me to believe something.
Mhm,
And so for me, it's always been something that I've been very, very interested in really knowing myself and who I am and what I believe in, and that no matter what, I will stand strong in those beliefs. And so for me, that's a continuous curiosity of, why did I react that way? Why did I say that thing? Why do I like that thing? It's a continuous conversation that I sort of have with myself.
mhm,
And then I extend that further out with other people as well. And
mhm,
I try to also ask them, what is it that you find interesting about me, or like about me, or dislike about me? Because that's also important for me to understand why people react a certain way to me, or why they say something to me. And then obviously for me, ultimately, in a spiritual way, a lot of my knowledge comes from reading the Bible. And that's what gives me my ultimate wisdom in knowing at a higher level how to be a better human being.
mhm. So would you say that you look for meaning in every conversation, in every encounter, in everything around you? Is that,
Yes,
could it be,
yes,
is it right?
absolutely, absolutely. And when things happen that might not be how you expect it to turn out, or something negative happens, or something that might hurt your feelings, I always go back to a place of self-reflecting first, because maybe that's a sensitive topic for me, or is it the fact that it is just because of how somebody else is, and you can't change that. So then you need to learn how to handle that better for yourself, to protect yourself, and just to deal with things better in life. And that's a journey, but it is a continuous cycle of asking yourself questions and also asking other people questions.
Mhm, mhm. Well said. And my last question, as I promised, the short interview, I want to talk and I want to go deep. I love doing it, but I will refrain myself. So the question is, and it connects to the one you already basically answered, but just if you want to elaborate on, extend a little bit on that. Do you believe that by looking at the outside world, you can know what's inside of you?
Um, to an extent. The reason why I say this is because sometimes, and for me personally, I grew up in an environment that was very abusive. And so my reflection of the world in my immediate area where I grew up wasn't a good representation of me. So we have to be careful that when we are around the wrong people, that should not be a reflection on who you are, because those people are often projecting negativity and wrong things upon you, and that's not who you are. So you have to be careful when you are looking on the outside world, that it is people that you trust, people that you respect, environments that are safe for you and that allow you to be your true self. And in that sense, yes, then you can look outwardly. But one of my favorite quotes by Anais Nin is, we don't see things as they are, we see them as we are. And so that external world starts from within. So how your thought processes are and what you are thinking and how you are reacting to other people starts from the inside, and that reflects outwardly.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, thank you so much for all your generous answers. And now we know who you are, what your purpose in life is, and what your whole philosophy in life is.
You're very welcome, Irina. Thank you.
And if you would like to know more, or you're interested and curious about how you can find out who you are and discover what's inside of you by actually looking at the world from outside or looking closely at the world around you, please join me at the Discovery Challenge. It's for women entrepreneurs, spiritually minded women entrepreneurs. The Discovery Challenge. And it's called also the premise of the challenge is discover what's inside of you by looking closely at the world around you. Go to irinabaker.com/challenge and check it out for yourself. Thank you for watching. Bye. Bye, Jodine. Thank you so much.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.